Hey, what's up, my peoples? Go here, the freaking geek himself, and it's time to just transform Metagate Haiku. So without further ado, let's just transform it. So to get him into robot mode, you're going to first raise up this front fender here to untab this section, and then just bring this out like so. Swing that out of the way. I broke the tab on this side, but you do the same thing on the other side, like so. Then you can just raise these fender sections up like that. It will untab this section here. So raise that up like that. Then you're going to come back here and bring up these back panels. You're going to come under here and untab all of this so you can open up this rear section here. And then you're just going to pull all this out and free all of this up. And extend these sections out like so. So just extend all this out and extend all this out like that. We can flip this over, and now we can work on his legs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just kind of take this foot, get this out of the way. What we're going to do first is we're going to take this section here, focus, rotate that around, this little panel here that you're going to flip in. You're going to take this silver section here, rotate this around. You have this section that's going to come up. You're going to rotate that 180 like so. Make sure it clears all the way like that. Take this window, rotate this, flip that in like so. And this is just going to fold in to the leg like that. You're going to take the foot here, and you're going to just kind of flatten this out like so. Rotate it down like that, and then you're going to just swing all this around like so, and then all of this will just clip in and tab in right there like that. Then you're going to rotate the foot up, swing all this around, bring that up. This little panel here is just going to tab into a slot right in here. So just line that up and tab it in like that. Again, just get everything situated. And then this section here will just flip inside out and sit on the inside of the thigh. And there you have that leg all done, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Second verse is just like the first. So again, you're going to start off by rotating this section. This little panel here will flip in. Going to rotate this section 180. Again, just get this foot up and out of the way. You're going to bring this up, rotate this 180 like so. You have a little tab you have to get over. Take the window, rotate that, flip that in. There you go. Then just collapse that in, bring the foot down, and then just swing all this over and over, and all this will clip in right here and tab in as well. Then you just rotate the foot. You want to bring up the little toe spikes. Which now don't want to cooperate. Come on. There we go. Bring those up like that. Swing this around. Make sure that this section here tabs into its home like so. And then you want to take these panels here. Going to tab in on either side here. That will tab in this side here. Last little step you have to do. Like that. And there you go. And there you have his legs all done. So now, can move on here. You want to now untab this section, just drop that down for now. This entire hood assembly is just going to raise up. You're going to take these sections here and rotate them in like that. You're going to come under here. This little bit is just going to rotate 180 to the inside. Rotate these fender sections in and swing that in. Rotate that up and swing that in, and then this will collapse down like that. At this point now, you can take this section here, make sure the section is pulled out all the way, it's on a slider, and then that will just come down and that will form his butt. And we can then move on to this section here. You want to untab the arms. The arms are tabbed into this whole back panel here, so just pull everything out. Take this arm, extend it up. Take this arm and just extend it up like so. Bring them down. You can swing them out on this hinge right here. So swing the shoulders out completely. Swing them around, all the way up till they sit right there in that upward position. So again, you're just going to take the arm, just swing it all the way up, so it's sitting like that. And once you have done that, you want to make sure that you bring this panel here, his head is just up slightly, so you can bring all of this down, and that will situate itself right there. Now this entire assembly here is going to slide forward. So just slide that in, like that, and slide that in, like that. These sliders are very stiff on my copy. Slide that in all the way, like so. So it's sitting just like that. Once you've done that, this panel here is going to flip down. You have this little hook that's going to come down. And you're going to bring this down. You have a tab that will go into this slot right here. So just bring that down. That should tab in. And then this hook is going to hook in right in here. Bring all that down. And have it right. It should just hook right in, like so. Now you have these sections here. Rotate them up. And just get everything flattened out. And that's how you want that looking right there. At this point now, you can take this little panel here. It's going to come up and just tab into his stomach to finish that off. And there you have the midsection all done. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the arms out and just bring them down. Just bring the arms out and down, like so. Keep that head forward. Then we're going to take these sections here. They will just swing in. Again, just going to work around his head. Bring these all the way down, and these sections here just going to kind of become like a collar for him. That will sit right there. Again, just take the section, swing that down, and again, just move these pieces around on that ball joint, and they will sit right there. Just make sure you clear things, and those should sit down all the way like that. And at that point now, you can bring the head back. That'll sit right there. Again, just adjust this as you want. This is going to form like a collar for him. Then you can bring up the little head crest like that. And we're almost done. Now we just have to work on his arms. So for the arms, what we're going to do is you're going to just take this section here, bring it down. You want to hold the shoulder and rotate all of this up like that. Then you can bring this back in and tab that into place. You want to take the forearm on this side, rotate it 180, and then just unfold the hand. And you got that arm done. And on this side, again, you're going to bring this forearm section down. Again, hold the shoulder and rotate all of this up. And close that back up. On this side, you have this section here. You're going to bring down, close up, and then just rotate the forearm outward. And just bring his thumb around. And there you go. There you have Haiku oops, forgot this little step here. Bring up this little panel here. There we go. There you have Haiku in his robot mode. And now to get him into helicopter mode, what we're going to do is we're going to come back here to these collar sections. You want to just bring them out like that. Just position these over this backpack like so. They're just going to sit here like that. Once we've done that, we now have to work on his arm. So bring the arm out. You're going to bring this section up, rotate this back down. You're going to bring the arm and just swing that around like so. You're going to then unfold this bit of windshield here. Unfold that, and that will rotate in like so. Then you have this extra bit here that will come up and will sit with all of that like that. You want to take the form and you want to rotate it 180 so it sits like that. And we're going to leave that like that for now. So again, you can bring that up, swing this down, unfold this, oops. You don't want to pop it off. There we go. Bring that down, bring that around, bring this section down, and just line these sections up like so. You're going to take this bit here, the silver bit, that's going to come up. You're going to open up this little panel here on the side. So you can then rotate this downward, and then you can close up this little panel again. And you're going to rotate the form around, and you have tabs here that are going to go into slots right here. So just swing that around and line up those tabs and slots. And it will tab in looking just like that. And now you can just take this section here, rotate it around, and you are good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the arms up. You're going to rotate this whole shoulder assembly right here at this hinge. You're going to rotate it out like that, and then rotate the arm itself in, and then bring the arm up. And it's going to look like that. Right there. Same thing on the other side, just bring that up and rotate that whole shoulder assembly forward, and then rotate the shoulder itself, and then bring that up. So what's going to happen here is you have a post port connection here for the forearms, and then you have tab slot connections here for the other side of the windshield. So just get everything lined up as best you can. Tab that in. It also helps if you can move the hands out of the way so you can see where you're tabbing in the windshield, and that should just tab in right in there like that. Forearms are tabbed in, and just bring the arms together like that, and you have the front looking like that. So we got that done. So now we will work on the lower body here. You can take this section here, bring that down. You want to rotate the waist 180. Bring that up, like so. Rotate that around. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take this foot, we're going to bring it out and rotate it up like so. His toes are going to be folded down like that, and then you bring this section out and you want it looking like that. There is a post port connection for this right here. Just plug that in. It doesn't stay in securely, but that's where it's supposed to go. And that's all you're doing there. With this foot, you're just going to take it and rotate it up, and then just take the toe and flatten it out like so. So once you have done that, you want to take the entire hip assembly, and this will extend like that. You want to rotate the legs down, and just get all that lined up. Now you have a post-port connection here. The port for it is right in there, and again, it doesn't hold very securely. Not securely at all, but it's where it's supposed to go. So what's going to happen here is you have these two tabs, which are going to tab into his chest, and you also have these little tabs here that go to slots in the forearms. And it helps if you kind of have all this sitting where you want it to. You can also slide this section in right there. That will help you kind of line all this up to have this straightened out. And you just line up the tabs and slots on the chest like so. Again, a lot of this does not hold securely, but if you get it all just right, it'll hold together well enough. And like that. That's basically how you want that working there. So now, you're just going to take this rear section. It will extend like so. Then you're going to bring this section down like that. And we're almost done. So now we're going to bring in the swords. We're going to bring in this one here. This one will split into two. Fold the handle up, and fold the handle up. We're going to take this panel here, bring that up. You can also flip out this panel right now if you want to. And what's going to happen here is this is going to tab into this slot right here. So tab that in. Once you do that, you can bring that back down and tab it into place. And there's a post that will go into a port right here on the sword. Just plug that in. And that will sit just like that. And do the same thing on the other side. Just bring that up. You can bring this out. Tab the sword in. Bring that down. Tab all that back in. And then just line this up. And plug that in. Like that. And that's how you want that looking there. So now we're going to bring in this sword. You have these two smaller swords that will plug into either side here and here. Like that. And then this blade will split down the middle and just open up like that. We'll plug into the top here. And there you go. There you have Haiku in his helicopter mode. And one more little bit we can do. So you can take these little missiles here, and it'll just plug into the sides. Like that. Oh, this side doesn't like to hold on for some reason. There we go. Well, there you have him in his helicopter mode. And to get him back into his vehicle mode, just remove all this, remove this, remove this, and we pretty much have to go back into robot mode. So undo all this, remove these swords, undo, remove these swords, put all that off to the side, and we can commence. So take this, flip this back up, collapse this back in like so. You can pull this section back out on that slider, Just undo all of this. Undo all of this if it hasn't done it for you already. You can bring these sections back up. And again, it's pretty much like we're going back into robot mode. So just rotate all of this around. And take this hip section and swing this back in. And you can just swing all this back in. And rotate the waist. You want to engage the ab crunch here so you can rotate the waist around a bit more efficiently. Get that around like that. And you can just take this butt plate here and just get all that back into place. Like so. And get the feet back where they were. Bring that around, bring the toe up. That, just so we can get them standing again. Just close that back up for now. And there we go. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to just untab all this. And rotate that shoulder assembly back. And bring all this back down. Rotate the shoulder assembly back. And just bring all of this back down like so. Can just bring this up on this hinge here and just get all of this situated. So bring this section down, bring this section down, collapse all this, bring that in, extend the arm, and bring all of this back up. And we can just leave that like that for now. Same thing on this side, just bring that up, untab all of this, extend the arm down, bring this panel down, bring this down, back and around, like so. You want to get this forearm piece back in place here, so just open this panel up, rotate this back where it was, close that up, and this will flip back all the way like that. And you just bring that arm up, and that will just sit like that. Just leave those arms like so for now. So what we're going to do here is now we're just going to just unclip this little backpack section here. Get these bits out of the way. Bring all this up. Bring that up. You want to bring his head forward so you can take these sections here and swing them back out. Like that. And like that. You can just kind of extend these up and out like so. Then you can bring these side sections down, bring all this back up, and have all that sitting flush like that. And just bring all this up. Kind of extend this some right here. And you're going to take this whole shoulder assembly and you're going to shift it back up on these sliders on either side, like that, and like that. Again, the one on this side is very tight on mine. Oops. You don't want to pop stuff off the ball joints. But on mine, one side is very tight. There we go. Come on. This side is extraordinarily tight on mine. Okay, make sure you sit over this panel here. There we go. That one's very tight on mine. There we go. But once we've done that, then you can just collapse all of this down, have all of this sitting flush. Like so. You're just going to take the head and just bring it all the way down. Take this little head crest, just flip that up. And that should sit just like that. So now to get the arm situated, what we're going to do here is we're going to bring the arms up. We're going to rotate the shoulder assembly all the way down. All the way down. So it sits like that. Same thing on the other side, just gotta bring the arm up and then just rotate this whole shoulder assembly all the way down, like that. And you should have things looking like that. So this forearm is going to rotate in because this tab is going to end up in a slot right in there in the middle of that panel. So rotate that arm in. And this hand you're going to bring down, and then you're just going to take the thumb and bring it back so it sits like that. And you're just going to fold this in. And these fingers are just going to end up like under this shoulder. So let's get that all in. And that will sit like that. As far as this arm goes, you're going to take the fingers, you're going to bring the fingers all the way in, like so. Take the thumb and just bring it down and sit it as flat against that forearm as you can. And you want that looking like that. And this will sit over this forearm. You're going to bend that at this upper hinge here. And that will sit over that elbow there. And you just get everything nice and situated. And you have tabs and slots here. If you have everything right, you should push that in and you'll feel those tabs and slots connect in. There's one that goes into a slot in this form as well. And you pretty much have to do this by feel. But if you have everything right, you should feel it. Feel everything go into place, and that should be nice and secure now. And that's how you want that looking right there. So now, once we've done that, we can take this butt section here, just bring that down and out of the way for now. We're going to take the hood assembly and just bring that back up. Take these fender sections, rotate it out, and rotate it, rotate and rotate, and then rotate this little section up like that. If it hasn't done it for you already, just untab the little belly plate. Make sure this is flattened all the way down like that. And now you can bring this down, bring these side sections out, and everything should sit nice and flush like that. And that's how you want things looking under there. Like so, everything just kind of tucked in, just like that. This section here will just sit out for now. And we can just bring the legs down and we can work on these legs. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just bring this little toe spike down like so. Just bring this foot up and out of the way, rotate it. And you're going to untab all of this and swing all this around, up and over, like so. And then this section here will also just swing out, just straighten out all those hinges right there. And that will sit like that. So coming here, this little panel is going to come down, rotate this around, untab this. This panel will rotate around and open up. Come here, get this window, bring that out, rotate it out like so. This section here will also rotate around, and there's a little tab slot connection for it right there. Tab that in like that. Then the foot is going to come up, it's going to rotate in like that. This little panel here, you can flip that up. Toes are going to just flatten out, and then you're going to flatten that out. And you want all that looking just like so. So we're done with that leg, so now we're going to do almost the same thing on the other one. So again, just bring this foot out, rotate up, just bring these down, then just untab all of this, like so. And then just swing all this up and over, like that. Unfold all of this, straighten all that back up. Okay, you have a double hinge here, so make sure that's straightened out, like so. And again, you're going to take this panel right here, bring that down, rotate all of this up, untab this, rotate this around like that, open that up, window, out, rotate up, this, rotate, make sure that tabs in, right there. You have this little panel here, bring that up as well. Then just bring the foot up, that will sit right there. Bring down the toes, and these little spikes will just collapse down all the way like that. And that will sit just like so. Oops, the side view mirror fell off. It's okay. So now that we've done all of that, we can bring this out. So we can flip this little panel up. It's going to be the front bumper section here, so bring that out. And bring all that up. And this is pretty much the most fiddly section here. Is you're just going to, you want to make sure that these fender sections are raised up. Just going to bring that up and in. Make sure all this is sitting flush. Like so. So this is going to end up sitting under this windshield. You have a tab slot connection here. Just bring that in. Get that tabbed in. This is going to sit under, so just kind of feed everything up and under like so. If you have everything right, things should just kind of drop right into place. Like I said, this is the most fiddly part of the transformation, is just getting all this situated back where it was. Again, just get that all nice and squeeze together like that. Oops. Also make sure that these sections here are sitting just right. There we go. If you have that just right, you should be able to just drop this fender section down, and it should just tab right in like that. There you go. And you go same thing on the other side. Just bring all this up. Again, just make sure that everything is sitting flush for you. You can just bring it up and under, like that. Tab that in. It all squeeze together. You can tab this front bumper piece in now. Just get everything sitting hopefully where it should. That should drop down. That should tab in. And get it all squeezed together there. Once you do that, you can bring these pieces together here. This will sit under this panel, and then this will just peg in on your side, like so, if you have everything sitting just right. There we go. Just make sure these arms are pushed all the way in, and all that should just tab in like that. And you can bring these little panels down, and you have all that situated. Like I said, this is the most fiddliest part of the transformation. But there you go. And that's how you want all that sitting there. Everything's sitting nicely. And last thing to do is just bring these sections in. Again, you have a little tab that's going to go up under this fender here, so it helps if you just raise this up a little bit while you're feeding that in. You can just drop that down like that. Again, the tab broke on this side, so I don't have to do it on this side, but again, you would want to just feed it under that fender piece there. Get that all together, and there you go. There you have Haiku back in his car mode.